Okay, I know what you're thinking. Seriously, bald day? Are you kidding me? But before we can even get into that, we need to review the history of how it came to be. So, without further ado, to the thought bubble! Thomas Gallaudet went to England in 1815 to learn how to educate the deaf. But they said, no. And so instead, he went to France, who had also developed a version of sign language. And that is where he met Laurent Clerc. You may be wondering, why did Gallaudet want to know how to educate the deaf in the first place? His neighbor, Alice Cogswell, was the initial start of his journey through a deaf history. Alice was born in 1805 in Hartford, Connecticut. At the age of 2, she developed spotted fever, which caused her to lose hearing and soon after her speech as well. This, however, did not mean she wasn't intelligent or couldn't learn the same things we do, or that she couldn't understand it. She just needed to be taught in a way she could communicate: sign language. Gallaudet and Clerc returned back to America in 1816, where they would then open the American School for the Deaf in 1817 in Hartford, Connecticut. It was originally named Connecticut Asylum for the Education and Instruction of the Deaf and Dumb Persons, but we don't use that terminology anymore because it's just flat rude. In 1824, Cogswell would be the first graduate from the American School for the Deaf. What does any of this have to do with Bald Day? We're getting there. 47 years after the American School for the Deaf was opened, Gallaudet and Clerc wanted a post-secondary educational option for the deaf and hard of hearing, and in 1864, President Abraham Lincoln signed off on opening Gallaudet University. Okay, I know you've been waiting. Here it is. Bald Day! It all started when a student had cancer and went bald. Friends of the student wanted to show support and make the student feel better by shaving their heads to be the same. This became a big thing and it stuck as a Gallaudet tradition. This freshman tradition has a good story and meaning to it, but when you look at it, the campus during this activity, it becomes a little crazy and not respectable. Some students have various reasons for shaving bald, but they all claim it's to show support for that one student many years ago. Students shave bald for reasons such as the tradition itself, donation of the hair to a cancer facility for cancer patients, a fresh start, or just simply taking in too much spicy juice and doing something stupid and regretting it the next morning.